Hello, I'm Corey, and this is my new 2025 Kawasaki 1700 Vulcan Vaquero. This video isn't a review of the bike. I only owned it for about a couple months now. But what I did want to give is my first impressions of the bike, the first 800 miles after its 600-mile service, and pretty much some first impressions of what I think of it so far, pros and cons. So let's jump into it. So the first thing about the bike is, how did I come across it? Previously, I owned a 2007 Harley Davidson Sportster. I owned that for about a few years. I owned a whole bunch of different bikes. About 20 years now, I've been riding cruisers. I started off on the Honda Shadow and went to a Honda Valkyrie, stepped up to that, and then I took a break from some motorcycles. I went and bought a house, got into a relationship, and took a break from riding. And when I got back into it, next bike I bought was a 2004 Victory Vegas. Got into an accident with that. Took another couple months break. Bought the Harley Davidson Sportster to get back into riding, get a little bit of a feel for it. And these were all used bikes. These were bikes that I bought from previous owners, whether there was like the first, second, third, whatever. And when I was ready to buy a new bike, I wanted it brand new. I just didn't. I didn't want to keep going through, owners and everything. And did they do maintenance on a certain time? Did they romp the bike? What was the past like? This time, this is my first brand new bike off the lot. I wanted to make sure that all the maintenance was up and nothing was real funky about it. In fact, yeah, in fact, I've done so much of like purchasing bikes from owners. Like you get into that theme where you're asking those certain questions to raise red flags. I don't know, one of them might be, what kind of gas does your motorcycle take? And they'll say 87 octane, and that's a big red flag, right? Like, okay, that bike's probably not going to last very much longer. So I wanted to buy a brand new bike so that I can do all the maintenance. Just did the break-in service on this thing at 600 miles. It's up to 800 miles, and it's been a solid bike. Really has been. When I started looking, I don't know if you can see from here, but all the way back into this valley over yonder, I don't know if you can see that black line. Let me change this just a little bit. See that black line that runs through the valley? That is the American and Mexican border. So I'm pretty far from civilization. The closest city I can get to that sells, say the Harley shop or the Indian shop even, is in Tucson, which is um, just about a 2 hour drive. It's a ways out there. So if I'm buying a bike, I'm gonna have to bring somebody out there and come ride with me. And luckily, I got a couple buddies that came out with me, and we went to the Harley shop in Tucson. We went to the Indian shop in Tucson, and we looked at the bikes and looked around. And man, bikes are getting expensive. They sure are. I think for the engine size that I wanted, like the earliest that I could get, or the lowest price I can get, is a Street Bob for a Harley, and then the Indian is the Indian Chieftain, as far as the engine size that I wanted. I wanted a larger and more comfortable engine to go on long trips because I really like just cruising out. That's what I enjoy when I ride a motorcycle. I like to cruise and just enjoy the sun, enjoy the great weather. Today's October 18th, and this is a beautiful day. Clear skies, nice and warm. It's not hot. It's just a perfect day. It's a perfect day to come out riding. So after my couple trips, it's like, okay, well, shoot. I mean, I was looking at $18,000, even like $20,000 for a cruiser, which I thought was insane. Like, yeah, okay, the engine is like a 1600 or 1700 cc, but it's still got two wheels, man. Like, what are you doing with $18,000 for these motorcycles? So I started shopping around locally. We got a couple local dealers. We have a Honda dealer and we have a Kawasaki dealer. And the Honda Rebels, I went and looked at the Honda Rebels and the Honda Goldwing. Not nothing that I was interested in, not the style I wanted. And then I went to my Kawasaki shop, and they had this beautiful 2025 Kawasaki Vaquero on their lineup, and it's great, man. The only thing I added on here was the sissy bar. The sissy bar is not standard, but everything else that you're seeing is standard on this motorcycle. It was sitting next to a 2025 Kawasaki, the Voyager, which is its counterpart. Um, I mean, this bike came out, it was about $17,000. Was on sale for at the shop, and it's a bag, right? It's not a cruiser. It's a bagger, and you're talking about a larger size bike. It comes with the highway. It comes with these highway bars. It comes with bags. It comes with the protector, the highway bar protector for the bags. The seat in the passenger seat, not the backrest. I put that on. It comes with a whole front fender with radio and all your gauges. And I was like, wow, dude, 17,000 for a bagger with all of this setup? That's nuts. And Harley Davidson and Indian wanted the same price for just a bare bone naked cruiser. Nothing extra on it. A single seat even for the same price. And not to mention that Harley and Indian's cruisers, you're talking about starting price of 26,000 on their lot. And this one was 17. So I got a lot of bang for my buck, and I said, okay, yeah, I do want this. I want this real bad. This has been wonderful on the highway. I've been enjoying this so much. It's got plenty of power and then some. I've never had an issue passing anybody on the highway. I've never had an issue trying to increase my speed when I needed it. Yeah, this thing is wonderful. And it's a 6 speed, but honestly, unless I hit the highway, I only need 5 speed. It's a lot of there's a lot of power. No kidding. Um, what else? Very comfortable ride, easy on my back, easy on everything. It doesn't shake. It's a solid motorcycle. So that's all the positive stuff, and there's pretty first impression cons that I didn't like that really irritates me. There's two big ones. This bike does not come with a Bluetooth. It's radio. It's radio. Yeah, that is that was really annoying when I first got it. I When I bought it, like I knew it wasn't going to have one. I did a bunch of research on it, so I pretty much knew what I was going to get. And I was like, I don't need a Bluetooth. It's whatever. I'll just wear a helmet that has a Bluetooth. But when you're going down the road blasting music, it actually is it's pretty fun. So I'm pretty disappointed that it does not have Bluetooth. And it's 2025, right? Like, it's not like new technology to have a Bluetooth. Pretty sure it's standard now for technology to have those things. Put the key into this thing and let's see what it has. Now I know it has aux. I know it does have an aux. Um, no, that's tune. Let's go mode. So you have KHZ after the radio, your channels, channel 3, and then you have your aux cord. So you can plug in an MP3 player into this thing if you want it to. Now, the negative part about that is the type of plug that you need. It goes into this little pocket, this little side pocket, and it requires this really weird, I couldn't even figure out what the name of this thing is, but I don't know if you can see that. It has this, and it has the other one. So to find something where I can plug my MP3 player in, I had to go onto eBay. It was not easy finding it, but I found one, and then now I'm running MP3, my own music. So pretty good. But I would much rather just connect my Bluetooth to connect my Bluetooth to my phone and play music and just scroll around the website, whatever. So that's a bummer. And then the second thing is, it's kind of nitpicky. It's not a big deal. Is the handlebars. The handlebars on this thing, these are low, brother. These are low. These are going way down on your hips, and I don't know why these manufacturers want to have such low. If they're required by law, or what it is when they manufacture these things. But bro, what am I doing with my hands down by my hips? I mean, they're like down here. Like, why are my heads down? Why are my hands down by my hips, man? What are you all doing? But that's an easy thing to do. These handlebars you can find like 12-inch risers ones is pretty much what I'm going to get. You can find them on eBay for like $100 or something. So that's going to be the next thing that I switch out. And so that's like really my two frustrations right now. It's the first impressions of buying this motorcycle is lack of Bluetooth and these really low handlebars, man. But everything else, oh my gosh, everything else is just solid. I love this thing. I love riding it. I love going out with my friends and riding it. My next video I'm going to do is I'm hoping next week or the weekend after that, since the weather is just gorgeous out here in the Southwest, is I'm going to go visit the beach in California. I'm in Arizona right now, and I'm going to take it on my first long ride on this motorcycle, and then give a video of just how it felt and give an actual impression of the bike altogether. Um, the counterpart to this, I think, is the touring style. So this is classified as a bagger. The touring is a Voyager. It's honestly better bang for your buck. You'll get the 3 lights in the front. This one only has the one, but the Voyager will have all 3 lights. The Voyager also has the windshield that goes up a lot higher, and then it also has a whole backrest and a back trunk, and it's only $500 more. So that's a much better deal. However, it just doesn't fit my style, so I decided to hit this Vaquero. Yeah, so that's about it. Not much else to say about it. It's a solid motorcycle. I'm enjoying it. Even those couple things are minor. They're not going to make it or break it for me on this motorcycle. But it's noon right now, and I got a whole day of riding with my friends. And so this is end of my video. The rest of it's just going to be some pictures and stuff. It's Eldorado today in Tombstone, Arizona. I'm going to go check that out. Probably ride through Bisbee, Arizona, get something to eat over there. They got some good joints I really like to do, and going to enjoy my time, man. Stay safe. Keep riding. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7.